morning and welcome to Daily Miles. Do me a solid, smash that like button down below. It definitely helps out the channel. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button for more content. On today's agenda, shooting sections 3 and 4, assuming there aren't that many people on the beach interrupting my shot. And charging up my batteries, which desperately needs to happen because I basically depleted them at this point and I really need to charge them. I'm feeling a little squeamish about putting out my solar panels out here because it screams, I live in my van. We'll see what happens. I really don't want to drive the van because, you know, California, $5 a gallon. Seriously, that's a thing. $5 a gallon, California? Really? If you were on the live stream this morning with my Patreon supporters, you got to see seals, ocean seals, and dolphins feeding. But you weren't on the Patreon stream this morning, were you? And no, I'm not going to show it to you, because that's for Patreon supporters only. In the meantime, however, I have a really silly question for you. What the hell is that? These are yellow rocks. Gold, really. And it's not just these couple of rocks. It's in the strata. Look at that. What is that? What kind of rock is that? It's not sulfur. Sulfur doesn't look like that. I mean, that sort of looks like sulfur right there, but sulfur would crumble. This is not sulfur. That's hard rock. So the question is, what the is that? I have no idea. But it's all up and down the beach. It's all embedded in the rock here. That's all yellow rock. What the is that? Not that stuff right there. That's something else. But it's all over the damn place. So the question is, if somebody wants to tell me in the comments, what the hell is the yellow rock? I have no idea. Anyways, let's get started with section 3.
Amelia Stories, Chapter 3, Section 3, Amelia Dates. Amelia needed to get back to work. She knew Mr. Harris was a good man in his heart, and Joni seemed to trust him. So she made the tactical decision she'd leave them with Mr. Harris. She pulled him aside once they were in the door. I'm going to call you every hour on the hour to check in. Phil nodded while Johnny was coming to get him. Amelia continued, I'll be home by 9 at the latest. Please make sure their homework is all done and they can listen to an hour of radio before they all go to bed. Phil nodded. Johnny asked if she could stay up and say goodnight, and Amelia said no. Phil redirected, let's see what you've got in the icebox, Missy Joni, and rushed her into the kitchen. Amelia picked up her purse, adjusted her hat, and wished them all goodbye. The last thing she heard was her son's voice saying, I hate Brussels sprouts! She moved quickly to catch the bus and arrived just as the roast was coming out of the oven. She served, cleared, cleaned, and called every hour on the hour, as she said. Phil answered the hall phone, making certain to let Joni and Richard speak to their mom every time. My grandfather later said to me, I had a plan.
That's sections 3 and 4. Had to make a few tweaks to 4. It was a little long. And finally got it to fit so that it all worked. So there you go. Sections 3 and 4 are done, so here's section 4.
Amelia Stories, Chapter 3, Section 4, Amelia Dates. While Amelia was at work, Phil noted a few things that weren't working in her apartment. Her bath and toilet ran a little, her tub leaked a lot, and her kitchen faucet was a waterworks show. He asked Joni if her mother had any tools, and she did, so he set to work. After, he made them a fine dinner of spicy Spanish rice, cooked beans, collard greens, tomatoes, and a little leftover meat that he fried up. Joni loved it, and Richard hated the collard greens, but ate up everything else. While the kids were doing their homework and had stopped peppering him with questions, Phil got to work. He started with the toilet first, and closed the seal with a little chewing gum. Then he closed up the leak in the tub with some mortar that he made from sand in the backyard and hard grease from dinner. It wouldn't last long, but it would plug up the leak long enough till she could get it properly repaired. Then he set his sights on the kitchen sink. He was under the sink, twisting things tight when he heard the front door unlock. He was just getting from under the sink when Amelia appeared in front of him. She looked tired, but beautiful, he told me. I asked him, what did she say when she saw that you were repairing things? Just then, my grandmother yelled from her bed, Phil, don't you tell that boy no lies!
Cool beans. All right. That is all I got for today, kiddies. Tomorrow, on to sections 5 and 6. Yes. And the story really starts to move along then. Really. We're going to get to Amelia dating, I swear to Christ. All right. That's enough for me today. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time, your patience, and your patronage. If you like this stuff, smash that like button down below. It definitely helps out the channel. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button for more content. Thanks so much for watching Daily Miles. Bye!